Yo, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? It's your dog Toddy checking in. I also got my guy Larry from the Dixon Way checking in. Also
What up,
today,
brother?
well,
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
yeah,
What's going on?
hey, as Outcast say, feeling good, feeling great. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm good, man. Every day you wake up is a blessed day.
That's
But let's
right.
talk about these dirty birds.
Let's talk about him, bro. Let's get to him. Let's get to him. We're gonna do, Larry. You know, we come here after every game and we do our player grades, right?
Hmm.
So we're gonna do our player grades again today, and that's what we, kind of give our like we did when we was in school, Larry. You give your grades, A plus through F, like how you think each individual player did. We'll break it down a little bit, do our analysis on it also, and we're also gonna give some pretty much some final thoughts about the Lions game. We got thrashed, we got beat, so um
Our
no
coach.
hiding that. Out coach, right, right. So no hiding that, no denying that. Larry, we also I guess we can call this breaking news, Larry. We had some breaking news come in like within the last 2 hours or so about Troy Anderson. So, we're gonna discuss that as well. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, man,
Oh, Lord.
So we gotta
Let's
talk
join.
about that as well, Larry.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
so
get it. Let's get it.
we got a lot of stuff to get into today.
I'm
Yeah,
getting my little Dion look when people was when he was upset. I'm saying he had his still had his shades and his hat on, you know what I'm saying? But he was kind of perturbed on the results of the game. So that's how I'm looking right now. Hold up. He ain't have his hat on. So let me do that.
yeah, I like them stunner shades, man. They fly.
Oh, we got these from Kemp. These Falcon joints.
Oh, they gave him out of camp.
Well, this is about 4 years ago. They gave the red ones out. This year they gave out the black ones.
Oh man, I've been
I
slipping.
just wanted to, I just wanted to color coordinate with the red trim. You know, what I'm saying? I could have put the black ones on. I was like, my hat, my unrally hat was red and black, so I want to kind of coordinate. But yeah,
Coordinate, as Pop say. We gotta coordinate. But Larry,
yeah,
before we get into like the gist of everything that we're gonna talk about here,
right.
make sure to tell the people a little bit about you, what you do on YouTube, and also let them know where they can find you at. Before we get to cracking, before we get to the
All right.
business.
I talk too much. The end. Nah, but on real note, guys, what me and my wife do, we provide basically a service of better commentary you're gonna hear on the TV. So if you want to hear some unique commentary during the game, turn down your TV, turn us up. We do live commentary of the Braves, Hawks, Falcons, Bulldogs. I'm saying even did some Dream, but they out of it. May do a Gator game or two because my wife's a Gator fan. I'm a Bulldog fan. So yeah, that's what we do, man. Today's an off day anyway. We ain't have no game, so I'm glad chilling with you. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we do, man.
appreciate you
You
coming,
guys
man.
can catch us. Look at my name. You got Larry and at the underscore Dixon underscore Wade. That's where we go, man. Please join us during the game. You know what I'm saying? Just like you had the game thread at Atlanta Bird game. It's the same thing, just video form. Everybody chatting in between, each other and interacting as the game go along. So yeah, just trying to go that thing. Appreciate you letting me come on as always, bro.
No doubt at all, bro. And y'all make sure to check out my dog Larry at the Dixon Way. That's gonna be some of the best in-game commentary you're gonna find. Right now, he's focusing. Well, they're focusing a lot on Braves game, and it's also a vibe. Always a vibe when you come in there, man. So y'all make sure to check my dog out right there by his name at the underscore Dixon underscore Way on YouTube.
Yeah,
Show my guys some
it's on
love, man.
YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Rumble. Also, before I forget, because I always forget, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple Podcast. So we got the podcast form too. If you're driving, you can't listen and look, then be safe, be on the road, put it on a podcast version also. All right, that's all with the promotion. Appreciate you.
No problem. All
Lisa
right, so
Shepard, what's up?
yeah, Lisa checking in says, can we grade Arthur Smith too? Absolutely,
Oh
Lisa.
yeah,
We
Oh yeah,
definitely
that's
gonna
coming.
grade. That's definitely coming. We definitely gonna grade hell. Lisa also says, did you see the tweet from Ben Kurt? He said he's tired of watching the Falcons offense run 2-man routes with 8-man protection. Said Ritters has no chance in the scheme. I did see that, Lisa. I saw that tweet. Did you see it, Larry?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I
The
tend to agree with him.
genius, the Jizza. Hey, wasn't that that's one of my favorite rappers on Wu-Tang, the Jizza. So is Arthur Smith the Jizza?
That's hard for
Did
me
they
to say.
claim him to be?
Yeah, that's hard for me to say. I need more. I need more on his resume. You know, I like Arthur Smith. I do. But as far as how effective or ineffective he is as a head coach, that remains to be seen. The jury is still out.
We gonna grade him first.
We can start with him.
All right.
Let me before we get started, let me finish
Get
going
some more
down here
people.
for the chat. Yeah. Marina checking in says, "What's up, Title? What's going on, Marina? Always good to see you in here."
What's up, Marina?
David Starr says, "We got punked yesterday." Yeah, we did.
What up, family? I see you, Dave.
Definitely did. Eric Park in the building says, "What's up? What's happening with you, Eric? How you doing, bro?
What
How
up,
you doing?" Our guy Archangel in the building. Larry says, "I came to bang on y'all." Archangel say he came to bang. What's happening? Always good to see you. Pull the chopper out on him. Lisa says Drake was right. We got punched in the face and we didn't recover. We did, second round knockout, like Cannabis say back in the day. We couldn't get up from it. Couldn't get up from it at all.
Smacked in the face like that.
Rustin Moore Jr. says, let's make this easy. Everybody on offense gets an F, defense gets a C. So Russ is giving a blanket grade for everybody.
Blanket.
Eric Parker says, what y'all think about that bad call on Jesse Bates? That pass was unwatchable. I think he meant to say uncatchable. I think that's what he meant to type.
Yeah, it was uncatchable, in my opinion. Also, but the thing is, if he wouldn't have wrapped his arms around him, they wouldn't have called it. Like if he would have bumped into him, I think they call it incidental. But me and my wife was debating that on the stream. When he put his arms like that, if he would have just went like this, like you running into me, I got the right to this space also, then I don't think they would have called it. But once he like put the arm like this, I think the ref had to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Larry. I think it was a valid call.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you put your arm around him and you right in front of the ump on the backline judge, I mean, he's sitting right there. He had to throw the flag, bro.
Yeah. I said that I was sitting here watching it when they showed the replay because I didn't catch it on the first initial go around, but when they showed the replay, I said, yeah, they're gonna have to. You got to call that.
Yeah, he got to blow the whistle. He's standing like 10 feet away from the man. It's just like, yeah, that's a foul, bro. Sorry,
gotta call it.
Right.
And Larry, our guy Smitty Sports Machine is in the building, and y'all make sure that y'all check out Smitty also on YouTube, man. One of the best Falcons content creators on YouTube in the business that's doing it. Also, if you hadn't got a chance to watch it, make sure to go and watch their post-game show from yesterday. They had that was super fire. Yeah, they had Abe on there, Falcons legend John Abraham on there. He was very candid, very transparent. Smitty, that's one of my favorite shows y'all have done thus far. That it was fire. That was a great show. So y'all make sure to check that out if you haven't seen it, man. We got our guy Travis Preston checking in. Says, what's up, fellas? What happened yesterday is what we're trying to tell the Deadskins week 1. Don't just be satisfied with just the win because we still have a lot of work to do, and it showed. I absolutely agree. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. There's 2 parts to that, though. We'll get to it. It's 2 parts to it.
We definitely gonna chop it up on it.
Well, really 3. But yeah.
I see it.
Facebook
user says, what's up? Glad that Detroit exposed us. Now everybody can blame everybody and not just one person. Good point. Everybody should be blaming in coaching from game plan to getting players in the right position to thrive. 2, it's the beginning of the season, so hopefully we don't dwell in this loss. 3, at least we didn't lose by 50. Yeah. Hey, we got to be able to learn from this loss. We got to be able to take something from it, man. And that does happen. We got to be able to take something from this L. And like you say, don't dwell in it. By tomorrow, we burn the tape, put this behind us, and on to the game in Atlanta against Jacksonville, Larry.
But also, I don't want to compare to another losing team saying, at least we didn't win by 50. That's a losing mentality. I don't care what Denver did. Shout out to Sean Payton, always talking that talk. Looked like he needed Drew Brees just like Belichick needed Tom Brady. But that's another story for another day. What's up, Millie Mills?
Millie Mills in the building says, I'm rocking with the kid. Like I said before, Ritter will be fine. Boy, just needs some NFL experience. That's all. I hope so, bro. I hope so. Millie, you be rocking with me every show. I said, hey, I'm willing to give him a good solid 10 games before I have a solid opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gave up on it after just one bad game. Well, maybe 2 bad games, but I ain't gave up on it. I'm still here rocking with Ritter, and I hope he can bounce back next week against Jacksonville, or this coming weekend against Jacksonville. So I'm still on the bandwagon.
Early morning now. Early morning.
What time the game start, Larry?
9:30. We'll be starting the stream. That's when the game starts. We'll be starting around 9:25 or something like that. a.m. bro.
Oh.
So yeah. And it's on ESPN Plus too. So if y'all ain't got that, you might as well come over to the Dixon Way, because that's where you're gonna get it anyway. If you ain't got ESPN Plus, I don't think it's coming on regular TV.
Man, hey, everybody that's watching Waffle House Crew, we may have to skip out on Waffle House this week, man, because I got to at least make sure I can get up and watch the game. So we may have to skip out on the Waffle House this week, or maybe move it to another day of the week. But we'll figure it out.
Shout out to Miss Pam. I know she's going. Shout out to everybody who's going over there. Probably Falconator too. So we're going over there to London.
Yeah, I'm sure Lisa probably going. I think Unc Steve going. Our fans. Hey, they try to give our fans a bad rap, man, but our fans be traveling, bro.
Yeah.
Our fans
Straight up.
Traveling, man. So let's see. Lisa says, I think it's silly to clown Falcons fans who support Ritter. The organization chose him to be QB1. Fans have nothing to do with that. Very, very valid point. Larry actually got a valid point. Very valid point. Let's see. Leando Bailey. What's up, Leando? So as it happens, man, we'll get it right versus Jacksonville. I definitely hope so. Definitely hope so.
We got a chance. Them guys lost to the Texans. Who is our next opponent after the Jags? Let's worry about the Jags first.
Yeah. And then we'll get to them. I think it's but since you mentioned, I think it's Houston and Washington, right?
Yeah. Houston and Washington. So we got the Texans who whooped on the Jaguars.
Yep.
And CJ Stroud looked real good.
Ooh, that boy look ready, Larry. That boy look ready. Hey, that's who I wanted in the draft, man. Shout out to Bijan, but I wanted to move up to get Stroud, bro. That's what I was campaigning for. I had the draft CJ Stroud campaign going on for a little minute.
I mean, that was the best performance I ever seen in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
When he played against the Dogs. Anyway, what's up, Big John? I see you.
Yeah. Facebook user says, I came to bang. What's happening? Facebook user checking in says, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Facebook user Coach Davis in the building says, sub ABG. Tough day yesterday, but it's the past, so no losses moving forward. Let's go. Let's get it. I love the attitude. Love that attitude. Lisa Shepard says, we need the Bucs to lose to the Eagles. Let it be a down week for the entire NFC South. I agree with that, Larry. That's what we need, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Ooh, boy, Larry, look at our money came in here banging, boy.
Got his job based off his daddy.
and heading the ball off to Jerry Henry.
Look, our money. I've been saying that. I've been saying that he got that job, not because his daddy. His dad ain't got it. That's packaging. We need to. No, let me stop. Everybody deserves a chance through this season. But again, I'll reveal more once we get into the grades. But that Derrick Henry thing and the best offensive line in football, we'll talk about that more. Spot on, Armand.
Mm-hmm. Our English says Abraham is a Falcons living legend.
Yes, sir.
Millie Mills says Troy look like he's making a step, and Caden pretty good. Can't cover though, but he pretty good. We're gonna talk about our linebackers also. Keenan checking out YouTube says I give the Lions respect for containing our run game, but I still don't think their offense is better than ours. Interesting statement, I think, there, Larry.
Keenan. I think this was the first time that the Lions actually used Jameer Gibbs correctly. They literally were just using him in the slot for screens and going out for curl routes or wheel routes before. So they had Montgomery. I think the Montgomery injury forced them to use him like a real running back, and he produced.
Yep, and we got rejuvenate by Ingenious We. Hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Says Ritter was shook yesterday. He had no time, and when he did, he was visibly shaking, in my opinion. But this line was awful. Pass protection and run blocking. Geez, just a tough day. Very tough day. Very tough
It's gonna
day.
be a part of my grade too. Great comment. Great comment.
And we got our guy. Oh, we got our guy DJ Gaming in the building. Says, "What's up, man? This D-Jax from Bleacher Report. What's up, T-Jax? Hey, man, you be in them comments going crazy, bro, and you be making some damn good points. Also, appreciate the love on the Bleacher Report app too, man. Thank you. You always be showing up. He says defense played good, but offense needs work all around, not just Ritter. But I think we've seen enough of Ritter to know he's not going to be the next Matt Ryan.
Well, we knew that. Anybody thought he was gonna be the next Matt Ryan was fooling themselves. Come on, man. We knew that. But good comment, bro. No, I'm not trying to cap on you or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, I never looked at Ritter as being anywhere close to Matt Ryan's skill level and throwing the pigskin. I never came across my mind ever. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, I think they got some similarities in the way they play, but asking him to be Matt Ryan, especially at this juncture of his career, is asking a lot. But hopefully he does progress, man, because if he gets to where we need him to be, it's good for the Falcons, and then it's good for us fans. So hopefully he gets there, man. You know, that's really all we can do is hope, and then show him our support. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut the music, Larry, man. Let's go ahead and get to the business. Let's get to these player grades, Larry. I think you said you wanted to start with Arthur Smith first, right?
Yes,
all right, so let me do this. Let me dress it up a little bit. And also for y'all who may be new to this, what we do after every game, we come in and do our player grade. So really need your participation and your interaction. We're going to use the school grading system. A+ means perfect, stud, all that glamorous stuff. And then of course, F means you're a bum. Need to get off the team. You need to find some employment elsewhere because you ain't cut out to be working for the Falcons franchise and flower brand. So y'all please make sure to give the grades. We're going to start off actually with Arthur Smith, who's of course the head coach, also the play caller. So he's the de facto head honcho of the offense. Now, with that said, Larry, let me give you the numbers and then you can give us the grades. Yesterday, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is not in a half, Larry, and everybody who's listening. We had a total of 183 total yards on offense yesterday.
Yes, sir, we did.
183. We had a total of 139 passing yards total on offense yesterday. For a
hold up. ESPN must be different then because let me refresh this. It says Ritter had 201 yards passing.
Let's see. I'm looking at the total yards. Let me refresh mine then.
All right, because I'm on ESPN.com. I got the final of the game up, and it says Desmond Ritter was 21 for 38. That's an absurd amount of passes. Absurd for Desmond Ritter.
You know what probably happened though? You know what probably happened on that, Larry? Is those are Ritter's individual grades, which is correct, but I'm assuming that they're taking away yards on sacks and things like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so the total team
yards, yes.
Yeah, so
exactly. That's what's happening. Okay.
The total passing yards for the team was 139. And also we had a total of 44 rushing yards, and we only averaged 2.2 yards per attempt, which is very, very putrid. Now we only turned the ball over one time, which is good. And for time of possession, we held the ball for 27 minutes and 3 seconds. So people that's in the chat, people that's watching YouTube, Facebook, drop your grade in the comments on what would you give Arthur Smith yesterday. And Larry, go ahead and give your grade.
Yeah. I'll give Arthur Smith, Coach Smith. All right, let's go over what he had to deal with. Now, mind you, he put these groceries together with Terry. He said, "Hey, this is my ideal how I want to run the team. This is how I want to build the team. This is what we have. Cool, you cool?" Terry said, "You cool? You cool with these weapons?" "Oh yeah, I'm good." Last week was the model of what we should do as a team. We need to lean into the run heavily. We're a running team. And someone said it, I think Smitty said it. It feels like Arthur Smith has rabbit ears as a head coach. He's listening to the media. Well, why didn't Cal Pitts come up? We went even heavier on trying to get the ball to Cal Pitts. More so that Ritter was literally just staring at him and trying to get him the ball. Because it seemed like that was a script designed by your head coach. Our head coach, a.k.a. the offensive coordinator, too, because Dave Ragone don't do nothing but play Candy Crush. I give him, man, there was no adjustments. A D+.
D+.
A D+.
All right, so Larry gives Coach Arthur Smith a D+. And let me read the grades from the chat here real quick. Facebook user Will Smith would hire a legit offensive coordinator. His offensive play calling is horrible. Coach Davis checking in. So y'all changed my mind. Arthur Smith gets a F+. Okay. Armani gives him Arthur Smith D- as in 70, borderline DF.
That's what I was thinking, Armani. Yeah.
And Nando says defense A+, Arthur Smith F-, offense F, special teams F. Winston checking in. What's up? Winston says D- for Arthur Smith. No adjustments. Didn't put in Scotty Miller to take the top off the defense and force them back. Didn't get the run incorporated. So a D-. Rusty gives him a F. So Rusty comes in with an F. David Stark says F. Didn't adjust to the overload blitz. We're still talking about play calling. Great point.
Yeah.
Archangel gives him a C-. Rejuvenate gives him a F. Millie Mills, Art Smith gets a D this week. And Millie normally, you know, he's normally really he'll give
lenient.
He's lenient. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. So if Millie give you a D, it was really bad yesterday. Facebook user says D+, and I'm banging on Art for going against himself. Banging on him.
Yes, sir.
Rejuvenated says he outsmarted himself this week. That's a common
Did he?
pattern and
Ho. I'm sorry, Titus. Finish your thought, and then I'm gonna come in behind that.
No, go ahead. I was just saying that was a common thing. You good?
Dude, when are we gonna stop saying that he outsmarted himself? Maybe he dumb. Okay. Case in point. Why are you running? Okay, first possession of the game. We get the ball. Hand it out to Bijan, establishing the run as you should. 7-yard gain. Take Bijan out because we got to get Algier some touches. But guess what we do? We do play action 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. 3 and out. So, you mean to tell me that Bijan got 7 yards on the first down? You said you want to run play action. So you mean that you don't want to run it with Bijan, who just got off 7 yards? They might have creeped up now because they had 8 in the box and he still ran for 7 yards. So that's going to make their ears pucker up like, oh, Lord, we in for a long day. They saw 8 in the box and they still ran it. And he still got 7 yards. Right then and there. If you bring Algiers You bring him in and run it. That sets the tone like, bro, we are see a man, whoop a man, run game. I don't care if you got 8 in the box, bro. Stop it. No, let's get cute. So when we say, and I know conventional wisdom say you drop 8 in the box, throw it over the top.
Right.
But the type of team we are, we have to establish the run. We need all eyes in the backfield. Thus goes back to my point I've been saying since the offseason. Bijan is the best player on this team. We said in theory that's what it was. Now it's factual. We know what the kid can do. He had 19 carries, 4 or 5 receptions last week. 124 yards rushing, about 50 in the air. Boom. That's the Bijan we need to see for the rest of his career. Everyone that said, oh, we can just split the carries. We like Algiers too. No, man. This is a LaDainian Tomlinson versus Michael Turner situation. Michael Turner was a franchise running back for us. Excellent running back. One of our best running backs in Falcons history. But he ain't LT. And that's why the Chargers got him up out of there. You cannot share carries with a generational talent like Bijan. You are doing a disservice to Bijan, Algiers, their offensive line, and this fan base. It's just clear as day. This isn't a Freeman and Coleman situation. This kid Bijan has generational talent. And if we misuse it and fumble this ball, pun intended, we have nothing but ourselves to blame. Arthur Smith, you picked this dude for a reason. Don't try to use him as a gimmick, as a joker. And when CP come back, I'm still going to say this, man. I know people don't want to get worn out. John Abraham said exactly what I've been saying. Run the kid. He young, he got fresh legs. You ain't going to have him about 6 years anyway. So what are we doing here? Why we pea-footing around? The team is Bijan's. Everybody in that locker room knows that. This kid is our way to winning games. So what are we doing, man? That set the tone that we wasn't going to set the tone. That first possession. And that's how the game went. And I understand you want to get Ritter in the game. I understand that. But I think establishing the run regardless. And Detroit is stout. Like, first of all, applause to Dan Campbell for his defensive strategy. He dared Ritter to beat him, and he couldn't. But Arthur Smith said, oh, well, we got it open, so let's just do this because it should be easier. But he didn't account for Taylor McGarry is a turnstile. Still, like, where's the growth? So it's kind of like, that's why I didn't give him a flat-out F. Because when I look at jailbreaks, I saw Jonnu Smith get a clean 1.5 second jam. Now, you know, that's a long time. Anybody that played football, if your tight end is in there and you in a 2 tight end set, and your off tight end get a good 2.5 jam or a 4-second jam on that outside rusher, he did his job. Jam, release. Give Caleb McGarry enough time to get back, set his feet, and get in between the quarterback and the rusher. Yeah, and he still got thrown to the side like a child.
Yeah, and let me jump in real quick and I'll finish going through the grades. No, you good, you good. All right, and Lisa Shepard says Arthur Smith got away from what we're supposed to do best. I can't forgive him for getting away from that, and he gets an F. Travis Preston says Arthur gets an F. Having Ritter throwing 38 times shows that he got away from his plan. So Travis is giving him an F. DJ Gamer says Arthur Smith gets an F, man. And don't get me wrong, he's not a bad coach at all. He's an amazing coach. But man, his play calling is terrible since day one. He tries to outsmart himself. Just play the game. I can agree with that. Also, Millie Mill says facts. He has rabbit ears. I think he'd be on the YouTube screens. He probably do, bro. Eric Parker gives him an F. Amelia checking in on Facebook. What's up, Amelia? How you doing? She gives him an F also. Armani says we can't run the ball all the time when teams game plan against the run. They know we're going to run. We have to open up the pass game to be successful. I definitely can agree with that also. Rusty Moore Jr. says F because he's running Bijan Robinson up the middle and calling sweeps for Algier. Like, bro, what in the world are you doing? So that's another F. Also, Warren Rogers from YouTube says Arthur Smith, he gets an F. John Harris checking in says Arthur Smith and Atlanta Public Schools D for the year. Tell your mom and daddy I need to see them up here after school tomorrow. John, you wild, man. Let's see if we got any more grades that came in. Facebook user says run the ball left, right, up the middle. Been dealing with this for a long time. We got a two-headed monster. Millie Mill says at the same time, it's still early in the season. We do have to get rid of comfortable passing in this league and also have film of passing so defenses don't make simple game plans like yesterday. Let's see here. Rejuvenate says swapping out backs allows them to establish a rhythm. Does not allow them to establish a rhythm. Sorry, especially at the start of the game. Go and look at Detroit's post-game interview. They said they expected him to run the ball. Got Nick checking in. Nick, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you in here. Nick says issue is the Atlanta Falcons offense is predicated on running the football. You run the football successfully, it leads to shorter third downs and also takes time off the clock. It also opens up the play action, not asking Desmond to win the game, but clearly play game manager and distribute the ball. You saw a team yesterday that couldn't get the run game going, made them one-dimensional, and the Lions were able to tee off on rhythm. That's an excellent comment, bro. Yeah. Excellent. Very, very well said. Pereira Lopez checking in on YouTube. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Let's see. So it looks like everybody getting them like around the DLF, y'all. I'm gonna continue the trend, and for Arthur Smith, I'm gonna try to be a little more lenient. I'm gonna go D plus. So I'll give him a D plus for yesterday. So that'll be my grade for Arthur Smith. So now let's jump and go to the defense, y'all. Let's do the defense next since we just did Arthur Smith. Let's start with Jesse Bates III. Jesse's stats. Jesse had 11 tackles yesterday, y'all. 6 solo. And also he did have an interception again, which is his third one. So 6 solo tackles, 11 tackles total, 1 interception. Larry, what grade do you give Jesse Bates for yesterday?
That's the A, right?
Say it again.
That's the A. A plus.
A plus.
A plus. A plus, man. Jesse Bates continues to show us that he's been one of the best free agent pickups since Tony G. Yeah, I said it. I mean, yeah. So, if we can make it to the playoffs and go, then I would say our offensive lineman. Why am I drawing blank on our center that we had that came from Cleveland?
Alex Matt.
Yeah, Alex Matt. That's one of the greatest of all time, like free agents that we got. Period. Point blank. But I would say up to Tony right now, as of right now. But 3 interceptions in 3 games is unheard of for a safety. So yeah, I mean that's paying dividends. By far, the best move Terry has made. Period. Better than getting rid of Matt and Julio. That's how good that is. That guy's the leader of the defense, and he just got here.
Yeah,
so it looks on the field like production wise, you can't ask much more for him.
Yeah, so A plus from Laris, and y'all make sure to drop your grades in the chat, and I'm gonna read those off. Armani says, or maybe Arthur Smith did this to show that Ritter can't throw the ball down the field. And this may justify his reasoning and telling the fans, "Told you so." We have to run the ball because I don't have the QB to push the ball down the field. Now, I would have a big issue. I mean, a huge issue if this is true or money, because Arthur Smith ain't got no reason getting himself and fans. I told you so, and this. No, you the coach of the team. You
Exactly, bro.
let us get on social media and do the "I told you so." You don't know football. You a fake fan. You let us do the trolling. You concern yourself with putting the best product on the team and winning every Sunday. So if that is in fact true,
Then he
he
need to
needs to
be
get out
fired
of
right
here.
now.
Right.
No,
He
no, he
needs to
need to
be
be fired
fired.
right now. Yeah.
He needs to get out of here.
If he's trying to show up the guys like me and you on YouTube or whatever on social media, and even in the national media, or if it's somebody on Athletic that he don't like talking to, see, I tried it, but it didn't work. If you're doing that just to shut people up, you need to be fired, bro.
Definitely
Plain
need to be
simple.
fired.
Yeah.
Definitely need to be fired. All right. Eric Parker says for Jesse Bates, he gives him an A plus. Winston Thornton says A plus. Bates has been the best addition to this team, bar none so far. I can agree with that. David Starr says a B plus would have been an A if not for the silly penalty. I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. Russell Jr. says Jesse Bates the third. He gives him an A. Archangel gives him an A also. And our money says Jesse Bates gets an A plus, about a 95, -5 for the penalty. Okay, I could definitely dig that. Kelly's what's up? Kelly's defense continually got stops and gave the ball back to the offense. Super proud of them. Yep.
Yes.
And
Yes,
unfortunately, we just couldn't do that offensively
and
yesterday.
then they got tired and
Later in the game.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, they just got tired, worn down.
Yep. And DJ Game says Jesse Bates is the best safety in the league and potentially the greatest Atlanta safety of all time. We just need to get Richie out of there because there is no excuse anymore for his bad play.
Oh yeah, put Helms in there for real, for real. Don't even dilly dally about it. Let Helms go in there.
Yeah, and Nando says, let's see, defense A plus. They lost way too many snaps on the dome. And what do you give? Give us your grade for Jesse Bates, also, Nando. We doing Jesse Bates right now. Facebook user says B plus. Bates had his side down pat for most of the game and with a takeaway. Atlanta supporter in the building. What's up with you, man?
What up, Atlanta supporter?
So give Jason Bates A plus. He can even get some water. Some of that water. Let's see if we got any more grades come in. John Harris says Bates a B. Should have body slammed the ref for that bogus call. I'm telling you now, nobody's getting an A today because of falling tide drops all boats. See if we got any more coming in. Ron Thomas says A plus for Jesse Bates also. So Bates got resounding A's. I'm gonna keep the pattern going. I'm gonna go A. I honestly, Larry, I want to say B plus, but I'm gonna upgrade him to A minus because of the interception. I said going into the season, we need to create some turnovers on defense, and he's definitely doing his part on that. He has 4 turnovers so far this year. So I'm gonna be a little lenient. I'm gonna play like he did some extra credit after class, and I'm gonna upgrade him to an A minus for Jesse Bates. And Facebook user says A plus plus, best free agent pick in the league. Nando says Bates B. He can only save us because of the lack of the pass rush. Travis says Jesse absolutely gets an A minus, best free agent pickup in the whole league. Billy Ray in the building. What's up, Billy Ray? Says, hey, we have 4 turnovers for our defense. Guess who has them all? Bates.
Yep.
And
that's why I say A plus, because even though he had that penalty, bro, we got no pass rush, and he's still out there devouring cookies, bro. Like, imagine you got 0 pass rush, and this man is ball hawking off his natural ability, bro. Like, I can't give him no less than an A, bro. I can't even give him A minus. Like, there's no resemblance of a pass rush. This man out there at safety, got to worry about the run, got to worry about guys getting behind him. Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, man. If we had one stud pass rushing and bringing some pressure, and I'll say, okay, maybe it's a B because of that, B plus or A minus because of that penalty. That hurt us because we got him to stop, they was gonna kick another field goal.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, he doing too much, bro. He got all 4 of our turnovers. Like
by himself. Imagine if he went here. We probably wouldn't have no
exactly.
turnovers.
Imagine if he wasn't here. That's why I said he the leader of defense. Might not be in the locker room, but on the field he is, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go to our next guy. Next on the list, we're gonna go with somebody who we're gonna talk about a little more in detail before we get out of here. Let's go with Mr. Troy Anderson. Yesterday, Troy actually came back from concussion protocol for yesterday's game. I believe. Let's look at the stat line and then y'all can tell me what y'all think Troy gets. Troy Anderson yesterday had a total of 9 tackles. He had 4 solo tackles.
Power jumping.
No power jump. No sacks and no tackles for loss. So what grade do y'all give Troy Anderson? And again, he had a total of 9 tackles, 4 solo tackles. Larry, what grade would you give Troy Anderson?
Well, he was 3rd in the team in tackles, but he only had 5 power jumping. So Jesse Bates had 11 tackles and 6 were solo tackles and led the team. Kate Ellis had 10 tackles and 5 were solo, so he was around the ball too. I appreciate Troy finally being around the ball a lot because normally it's like 4 or 5 tackles. So I appreciate that. But there was still times I seen 2 flash plays that he had. The rest I seen him out of position and out of sorts. One good coverage play, but the rest he was getting torched by the tight end. So do you want to say it's progression from what we've seen before? Yes. Is it what we need? No. And now with the latest news about him possibly being out for the rest of the season, I personally, at least on run stopping and stuff like that, I like Langman better than Troy, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, keep it a buck. But
I agree.
Yeah, but I guess C minus, C plus. You want some more Popeye sauce? Okay, I got you. C plus.
C plus for Troy Anderson.
Yeah, C plus. Let me give my son something.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. All right, y'all make sure to drop your grades in the comments for Troy Anderson. Also, I'm going to go down the list. Archangel says a B plus for Troy. So that's a pretty good grade. DJ Gamer says, I feel like the reason the pass rush is not producing is because Ryan and Ryan Nielsen. And trust me, I love Ryan. He's been good this season as defensive coordinator. But when you got 4 players who run a 5-5 a 5-5 40 on pass rush and not getting to the quarterback. So it sounds like DJ is saying like our guys are just not necessarily athletic enough to establish a top tier pass rush. And let's see, Millie Mills says the concussion turned the light on for Troy. Y'all, wow. Winston gives Troy a B for Troy. His speed was noticeable yesterday. Eric Parker gives him a C for Troy. Let's see. And Nando says Anderson an F. He just looks lost in pass coverage. Debo 3.0. David Starr says a C. Made good plays, but not enough, and he still looks a little lost. Yeah, and that's what Nando just said also above him. Atlanta Supporter gives him a B plus. Billy Ray Fields says Troy gets a C plus, but Troy being out for the season, Landman has secured that position. Facebook user Clay Murray. What's up, Clay? How you doing, bro? So Troy Anderson gets a C minus, no sack, no pressure on the quarterback, lost some coverage, a lot in the game. Kelly says giving him a D just off the fact he a second round pick and does not look like one.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's very fair. Very fair. DJ Gamer says Troy Anderson is really good, man. I hope he's not hurt for a while. Madden is disrespectful for having Troy's overall at 66. He needs to be at least a 75, but he gets a B minus. He's good. He just still needs to develop.
John, DJ Gaming, we disagree, bro. 66 might be right about him. His awareness got to be real low. He's just getting mushed up in the mush too much, man. He doesn't shoot the gaps at all, man. I don't know. I just think he's miscast at being an inside linebacker. He need to be an outside linebacker.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think he would probably be more effective on the outside, and that
Me
way he
too.
can use his natural raw ability of speed and athleticism to just get to the quarterback.
Hmm.
Uh, John John Harris says Anderson gets a B. Gave up his shoulder for the for the call. You crazy. Miller says y'all see Dupree trying to get back to his old form. I noticed him trying to flash a little yesterday. Ron Thomas gives him a D plus. Okay. And Rusty says Troy gets a U for underperforming as a second round pick. Oh man. Woo. That said a mouthful.
Hey, I can't disagree though, Rusty.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
said a
disagree.
mouthful with that one. My grade for Troy Anderson, I'm going to give Troy for yesterday. I did see Troy run the ball for whatever reason. It looked like to me he was actually trying to be more aggressive and make an impact when he was filling gaps. Like you say, Larry, he still has that tendency to get lost in the mush a little bit.
Yeah,
And I think his inexperience at the linebacker position, he don't really know the nuances of the position.
exactly.
The muscle memory isn't there for him because he barely has played it. So I'm gonna give Troy Anderson a very generous C plus for my grade. A very generous C plus. If he could have gave me a half a sack, a tackle for loss, a forced fumble, I'd
A
have put him at a B.
pressure, bro.
Yeah, just some kind of flash to help me upgrade that grade, man.
A deflected ball in the air.
Yeah,
Something.
so let's see who else we got. I think that's enough for the defense right now.
You want to do Richie Grant?
Yeah, we could do Richard Grant. We could do
Ooh
Richard
wee.
Grant.
Ooh wee.
Let's
Barbecue chicken.
let me give the stat line real quick. Let's go to Richie Grant. Richie Rich. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Richie Grant. Richie had a total of 6 tackles,
Hmm.
2 solo tackles, no sacks,
Hmm.
no tackles for loss, no interceptions. And I'll give y'all that one more time. We're grading Richie Grant. He had a total of 6 tackles, 2 solo tackles. So everybody in the chat, make sure to drop your grade for Richie Grant. And also, Larry, what's your grade for Richie Grant?
Hey, bro, I've never seen a touchdown when someone had to pan back 30 yards to see where the defender was. Have you ever seen that in the game?
Not that I can recall, no.
Or when you snuff out the screenplay, you come up and you're unblocked, and Jameer Gibbs just sidestep you and you just go flying. Uh, I got to give him an F, bro. Coverage is bad.
Yeah.
Coming up and stopping the run or the screen was horrible. I saw Helms in there, I think, in the fourth quarter. That's 33, right? I think
Think so,
33
Marco.
is
No,
Helms.
that's Trey Flowers, isn't it?
No,
And
no,
Flowers
no, no,
33.
no, 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 no. I'm thinking about D Alpha did great. I think D Alpha was probably the outside of base was the best person in the secondary yesterday. But no, not Flowers. No, no, no. But yeah, I could have sworn they put in Helms for a second or two. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was just my wishful thinking. But yeah, I can't give him F plus or D minus at the most. Hey, son. At the most. That's being
So
fair.
you agree? So you said F plus or D minus?
D minus.
D
D minus.
minus. Okay.
D minus.
All right. So
Yes, exciting.
let's see what they say in the chat about him. Millie Mills. Let's see what he got.
Barbecue chicken. Yes, sir.
Barbecue turkey.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Ron Thomas in the building. How you doing, Ron? So it gives him a big F plus. At least you gave him the plus side of it, Ron. You could have went with F minus. So you gave him a little space. Clay Murray says I'm gonna change it to an F. So you gave him an F.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Winston Thorne says C plus. That deep ball wasn't his man. Trey Flowers was supposed to carry him up the field. So
I thought they was
once again,
passing them off.
yeah, once again, a little a
All right,
little
Winston.
breathing room.
All right, that's fair.
Archangel says a C minus. Let's see. Nando says Grant gets an F. Helms needs to start from now on. I am not gonna say the second part of that. DJ Gamer says Richard Grant's a F, like I said in the beginning of the show, and Larry agreed. We need to get Richie out of there immediately. You have just the base next to you, and you play like Ricardo Allen's last year. Oh boy,
Ooh wee.
I don't know
Ooh
how
wee.
Ricardo Allen lasted that long as a starter.
Ooh wee. Ooh, I had to shiver off that. Oh Lord, but he ain't lying though.
Let's see. Archangel says, let's give Helms a chance. So somebody else campaigning for Helms. Rusty Moore says, I'll give Richie a B. He is out there playing with heart and respect, and I respect that. Oh, by the way, the B stands for bench because that's where he is going. Banging on Richie. Eric Parker says a D for Grant and a T for being toasted on the field. Let's see. David Stark says D minus. Lost in coverage all day. How he lost the tight end for the touchdown is beyond me. And I saw missed tackles. Yeah, you make a good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, he missed those tackles, bro.
Facebook user says Grant gets so lost, bro. He's not a good communicator, which is essential for a safety. Mills, what's up, Mills? Says Richie gets a C. Let's see here. John Harris says Grant a bell curve D on the downside. So it sounds like John was itching toward to give him an F.
He was like me. He was just like me.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Let's see. Billy Ray says for incomplete. There's no way Goff gets away with disrespecting another safety like the way he did Rich. Good tackler, piss poor coverage instinct. Excellent comment. Excellent comment. Let's see if we got any other grades. So it's like that's all the grades. I'll go ahead and get my grade for Richard Grant. I pretty much agree. It's not a lot for me to add on that y'all hadn't already said. You know, a lot of miscommunication, gave up a big touchdown. One thing I will say I do like about him, he's not timid. You know, he will come up and try to make the tackle. Sometimes he does over pursue. So I'm trying to throw him a little bone. But overall, man, I gotta give him I'll give him a D plus. Only reason I give him an F because he did come up and make some tackles, and I did see him flying around the field. So I'll give him a D plus. I'll give him a respectable D plus. So let's go to our next player. Let's go ahead and go to the offensive side of the ball here. Let's go. Let's start off with Bijan, man. Let's start off with Ricky. Ricky first. Bijan Robinson yesterday had a total of 10 carries for 33 rushing yards, no touchdown. His longest rush of the game yesterday was for 11 yards. So 10 carries, 33 yards. And Bijan didn't have any. Oh, I'm sorry. And for catches, he had a total of 4 catches.
4 catches, yeah.
27 yards on 6 targets. And I'll give y'all those stats real quick. He had 4 receptions for 27 yards, and he had 33 rushing yards on 10 carries yesterday. Yeah. So everybody in the chat, make sure to drop your grade for Bijan Robinson. Larry, let's start with you. What's your grade for Bijan yesterday? You give him
an eye for incompletion or wasn't used right, or I don't know. I guess with his production, it's a C. I mean, he only had 10 carries. What are you going to do on 10 carries with guys 8 in the box? You don't even get a rhythm on how this guy blitzes. You know what I'm saying? A running back is going to sit there and study his guys if they're running and trying to stop him. You know what I'm saying? If my guy shades this way, he blocks in this way, how is this defender going to react? You know what I'm saying? So it's not always going to be he carried 5 yards per attempt. You know, he may get negative here, 6 yards there, 2 yards here, 10 yards another. You know what I'm saying? And he had an 11-yard rush in between that 33 yards. So how can you really grade Bijan when you didn't even let him get started? And again, like I keep saying, you tell me, well, I want Bijan just to get 15 touches. I don't want to wear him out. Man, you are not utilizing him to the fullest his capabilities if you're just going to give him 10 rushes. You're not. You're doing him and Tyler Algiers a disservice. Plain simple. Tyler Algiers, 7 carries, 13 yards. I mean, I knew they was gonna Huntley Algiers as soon as they draft him. People didn't want to listen to me. This ain't about me being right or nothing. This is about us doing the right thing for us to win. Our best opportunity to win is to get the ball in Bijan's hand as many chances as we can. Period. Okay, well, you don't want to run them that much since they got 8 in the box. Then hell, try to find 10 touches with the passing game. But now, Pitts ain't getting no passes. Now, Drizzy Drake ain't getting no passes. So again,
Champagne Poppy.
Yeah. Figure it out. So I guess on just yardage and 3.3, only 10 carries, C minus, caught 4 passes, a little dink and dunk trying to save, Ritter. I mean, how can you really grade him when it's just like he didn't even get enough time to get a lather up?
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion, man. I'm gonna stand on that, man. This ain't back in the day, Larry. Okay. Well, misuse him. Waste it. Waste his talent. Go ahead. You'll be fired quicker than you. Your butt gonna be out of here if you don't use Bijan right. And you're supposed to be an offensive guru. John Abraham agrees with me. Go check out Smitty Sports Machine yesterday, and they asked him, do you want to wear out Bijan?" He said, "Bijan gonna be fine. He young. He got them big thighs. He gonna be fine." So I don't know, bro. Till we figure that out, hopefully we can get the performances we got from Bijan and Tyler Algiers and Desmond Ritter in game 2, because game 3 wasn't it.
Yeah. So what grade are you going with? Because I heard you say C minus, and I heard you say
C minus, man.
So you're gonna give him a grade? C minus?
I'm gonna give him C minus, man. Of what he did on the field. It can be better, but I feel like he was handcuffed by the play caller. So C minus. That's all he could do.
I can dig it. So let's check out what the chat got real quick. All right, Angel says B for Bijan. He just had Joe's welcome to the NFL moment yesterday. Winston says a C, can't get in rhythm, and Larry just spoke about that, but I applaud the way he bounced up after Ritter set him up to get his block knocked off.
Yep.
David Stark says a C. Offensive game plan didn't let him thrive. I can definitely agree with that. We got our brother Big Low Country in the building. What's up, Low? How you doing, man? And y'all make sure to go check out my guy Big Low Country on YouTube. Everybody's watching on Facebook. If you're not subscribed, click on the profile or just type in Big Low Country Sports in the YouTube search bar, man.
Man, let's put it in Google. And his face come up.
Yeah, you can put it in Google. You're right, but definitely one of the best Falcons content creator on YouTube. So shout out to my guy Low. He says incomplete, like the famous Cisco ballot. Oh man. Coach Davis says give him an I as well because his play was not his fault. So that's 2 consecutive incompletes. Russell says Bijan gets an A plus. Oh, that's surprising. Because he's a dog, not his fault. He's on this sorry ass team.
Oh no.
So Rusty banging on the Falcons. Kelly says, I felt bad for Bijan incomplete.
I felt bad for him too, Kelly. Straight up.
Let's see. Nando says Bijan C. The offensive play call didn't help him any. He has the whole offense. Yeah, and that can actually be problematic if we're being honest. DJ Gamer says, really, as a game manager, guys, I get it. O-line sucks and play calling sucks. Listen, I agree, but why he is throwing check down on? But why is he throwing check downs on 3rd and 4th downs when we are down? I'm sorry, I couldn't make out what that says. Scores with 3 minutes. Clayton Murray says Bijan gets a B. I'm sorry, Clay. Got
it. He probably meant to say got. He fat fingered it.
Okay.
Got his blank busted a couple of times due to the offensive line and not blocking well. I agree with that Facebook user. Good comment.
Yeah. Appreciate the help
Yeah.
on that too, Larry.
Yeah.
Billy Ray says, let Cool be the last assessment. Okay, well, hey, we got grade Cool too. I'm glad you brought it up because I
No,
probably
let
would have
Ritter
forgot.
be the last one, man. You got to do the quarterback last. We can do the kicker next.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll say Ritter
Real.
for last.
Yeah, don't say no kicker for last.
All right, so Billy Ray says, I came to bang on this
Dang.
dude. B. John couldn't really grade for him, but for his efforts, I'll give him a B minus. I can dig it. I can respect it.
I can dig it.
John Harris says, C couldn't do nothing about the game plan, and he needs to see his neurologist and his dentist.
Yeah, he got set up that time, man.
Yeah, he did. Eric Parker says, alpha inactive. I felt like he was to me. Yeah, we grade B John. DJ, drop your grade for B John.
Yeah, we grade B John.
Let's see our brother Black Cat Panther podcast in the building says, what's up, fellas? What's up with you, bro? And y'all make sure to check out our brothers Black Cat Panther podcast on YouTube. They do some spectacular content on Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? So I know we are Falcons fans, but y'all make sure to go check them out. I promise you,
I'll check them out.
Won't be. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to them right now. You see it right there on the screen. Black Cat Panther podcast. Excellent content. Shout out to Q. Shout out to GOAT. Shout out to the whole crew.
Were they the ones with Bigelow?
I don't know if they did a episode with Low, but okay. we did a show together. They've done numerous shows with Wolf. So definitely, I mean, just subscribe to them and check them out.
Oh, yeah, I'll go subscribe.
Lisa Sherman says, why does B. John need to see his dentist? Let's see if we got any more grades coming in for B. John. Facebook user says, B, have both B. John and Adrian in the backfield. We running or throwing. See if we got any more.
They tried that. It don't work because they need number 40 back there for the extra blocker. We run good when we run out the eye.
Yeah, we do.
I'll be honest.
Old high school formation.
Yeah, some old school, run it down their throat. See a man, whoop a man.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and get my grade for B. John. I'm gonna be honest, man. I really want to go incomplete, like a lot of y'all said. But I feel like I need to grade him.
Yeah, you gotta grade him.
I feel like I gotta grade him, man. You know, I feel like I gotta grade him. To me, he was giving an effort. Like the blocking, the holes was just not there for him, and he had some of them death row records passes that he had to catch, and I call them death row records passes because they designed to get you killed.
Hold on.
So
hold up. Hold up.
Yeah. So he had to deal with a lot of that Suge Knight yesterday. Oh boy. Oh man, I want to.
Yeah, I mean, he really did.
He did, man. It was just like he had to deal with. I'm gonna grade him on production and also effort. I'm gonna give him a C plus. I'm gonna give him a C plus.
All right.
I'm trying to be generous and I'm trying to be fair too. I really want to say incomplete though, because I didn't want to put myself in that pickle. But I felt like it was important that I do put out a grade for him also.
Yeah, I think with the play calling and better blocking, I think that John can produce. We've seen it, you know, and more touches.
Yeah,
like we can't just get him 10 rushes and expect him to get 100 yards every game. That's not fair, bro.
Right.
No running back with 10 rushes and then 15 total. So 10 rushes and 5 catches. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. We all like Algiers. He's Michael Turner. Bijan's LT. Treat him like LT. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Good point. All right, so let's move on to our next player, y'all. Let's go. Let's go to the unicorn, man. We had some unicorn sightings yesterday. Don't call him a unicorn. Well, let's go with Kyle Pitts. Since Larry said don't call him a unicorn, so let's go with Kyle Pitts yesterday, y'all. Y'all were grading Kyle Pitts at this time. Drop your grades A+ through F, however you deem fit. We're gonna grade Kyle Pitts. He had a total yesterday of actually a team leading total of 5 receptions and an astounding 41 yards, which also led the team. God, let me say that again, y'all. It's an NFL team that plays all 4 quarters of football. This ain't a preseason game. Kyle Pitts led us in receptions yesterday with 5, and he led us in receiving yards yesterday with 41 on 9 targets. So y'all make sure to drop your grade for Kyle Pitts yesterday. Larry, we're gonna start with you. What do you think? What would you grade Kyle Pitts for yesterday? I think you on mute, Larry.
There you go. Thank
Yeah.
you, son. Love you too. All right. Cal. Let's stop calling him a unicorn, please. I'm not gonna call him any name because I don't want to disrespect a grown man. What I will say is that I see Kyle Pitts disinterested in playing on this team. He's not really, and kind of it echoed what John Abraham. He really didn't want to say it per se,
Yeah.
but he kind of
And not to cut y'all, but shout out to Big
Yeah.
Low. Big Low
Big
actually
Low.
he actually asked that question that brought out the answer. But go ahead, Larry. Shout out to Low.
Shout out to Big Low. And he tried to, swerve back, forth and forth. He didn't want to really get into it. But then, what I'm saying, with more coaxing, he was like, yeah, man. And then he just explained it for what he would do. He didn't say that Cal Pitts was that way. Let's get it straight in Falcon Land. John Abraham did not say that Cal Pitts was disinterested in it. He said, if I was a receiver on that team, and if I didn't know when the ball was coming, he said, my job was easy. I just go point and go towards the quarterback. That was my job. You can stick me on any team, and I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to hunt the quarterback. But when you're a wide receiver, you depend on, the play call and the quarterback to get me the ball. So he said, if I don't know if the ball is coming to me, am I going to keep running this route 100% crisp every time on both halves of the game? Or am I going, because people were asking, did he pull up? Did he get hurt? Did you see him get hurt? He was like, I don't think he got hurt. He came back in the game. So on that pass that Ritter overthrew him by a country mile, some say it looked like he pulled up. Some say he might have pulled up like he hurt something. When I saw him coming out of the break, there's a interesting video well one of our members put up of hold on, son. Hold on, please. Basically him jogging through a route. When the defender tapped it that.
I posted
it. Jump ball. You remember that one?
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay, so you posted it. Didn't it look like he jogged through that? And then he sped up when he saw the ball coming to him? But it looked like when he came off the line. Now, someone came in there and posted and said that, they were trying to disguise it.
Yeah,
he was trying to come underneath.
It was a masquerade route.
Across.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. It just looked like he came out of that break real slow. Like it was practice. I got the vibe like he did that. And then he sped up when the ball came to him. But that didn't allow any separation for Ritter. You know what I'm saying? To throw it. You see what I'm saying? Because how slow he came out of the break. So I don't know, bro. I mean, oh yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I give a grade of, man. That effort, man, got me down to a D+. Even though he got the most catches on there, that effort, and I saw it on other plays also, bro. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know if he wants to be here.
So D+.
Yeah, D+, man. The film don't lie. You can say whatever you want to say in the press conference and stuff like that, and we ain't even got the eye in the sky film.
Yeah.
The Falcons will see that. So they go back and look and say, bro, man, you dogging it, man.
All right.
Well, damn it, I ain't getting the ball. Well, y'all need to have a come Jesus moment or something. because that's not a good look, bro. And that's hurting the trade. God forbid we want to trade Kyle Pitts for another part, but that's hurting this. That's hurting this situation.
Well, I'm gonna cut you off. I won't say God forbid, because to be honest, man, like that might be the best thing to do for him and for the team. So I won't even say God forbid. It might be the best thing to do.
That effort, man, having the most catches on the team, okay, but it was 50 yards, man.
41.
Well, my bad. 41 yards, man.
Yep. So let's see what everybody in the chat say for Kyle Pitts. So y'all, we great Kyle Pitts. Facebook user says Pitts plays like he has no confidence. C-. Coach Davis says he ate a unicorn because you hear about it, but don't know if it's real. Oh, that's Coach Davis, y'all.
Hold up.
And let's see. Winston says a C, and that's because Ritter can't get him the ball. Our quarterback play is atrocious. Nando says Pitts F, still running lazy routes. That's something that Larry just mentioned. Leando says Pitts gets a C plus. Facebook user says make that a D plus because of the deceptive speed routes, as Smith called them. Okay. Archangel says a C minus. DJ Gamer, let's see what he says. Kyle Pitts gets a C plus. And listen, guys, Larry, please hear me out. Buddy doesn't want to be in Atlanta. You can tell the way he catches the ball, the way he runs his routes. Jono Smith runs 10 times more aggressive. So he banging a little bit on Kyle Pitts.
Let me take the mute off because I was reading the nursery rhyme to my son. Bang! Hold up, man. Hold up. DJ David, man. I don't know who you are, brother, but I appreciate you coming through, man. Excellent comment.
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah, John.
John. Very good dialogue. Let's see. David Starr says C minus quitting on routes, but I'm not going to put that all on him. Eric Parker says a D. Travis says C minus for the unicorn. I see why people call him a unicorn, because he gallops through routes. Let's see. DJ says me and Larry need to go to church together. Me and him agree on everything and have the same analysis. Y'all may be related in the past world.
Come on to the Dixon way, brother. Don't get on that channel.
Billy Ray Field says a C plus. Come on, man. He was force fed some routes. He was jogging. I'm with you on this. Put him on the block. We wasting his talent. Clay Murray. Kyle Pitts gets a D. Saw a lot of giving up on the route running. I think he's thinking about fatherhood coming up, and I think he needs to relax on he relaxed on QB, not throwing him the ball. And when Ritter did, they not on the same page. Oh, I can definitely see that. Kelly says though Pitts has a right to be frustrated. We're coached to play every rep equally. You got an excellent point, Kelly. Yeah. Gives him a D minus for violating that rule. Those reps, you're not getting the ball, got to look like the ones coming to you. Fair point. Very fair point.
You're cheating the team. They know it ain't coming to you.
Right. Yeah. Big Low Contra says, is he a unicorn or a horse with an ice cream cone on his forehead?
Hold up, Big Low. Hold up, Big Low.
And hold on, Winston coming through with some clarification. He says it was a bluff block route. Okay. So deceptive route. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I think Coach came through and cleared it up also on the post as well.
What about Facebook on that skinny post?
He came up like he had re-aggravated injury or something. He was gimpy. And I'm going to be honest. I thought based on him favoring the injury, he wasn't going to return to the game, but he came back in. Running just fine, you know. So
give an excuse, man.
Because I'm gonna be honest, Larry. Like normally, when you see a receiver come up gimpy like that, it's probably like a hamstring or something, and they're gonna go out for the rest of the game. A lot of
that's
times.
What I thought too. But he came back in, so we can't give him that excuse, bro. He gave up on the play.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Facebook user says first time watching the live. Good job, guys. Enjoyed it. Bird gang, Kane gang, Palmetto Hurricanes. Okay,
Okay, that's
appreciate you
what's up.
coming through. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you coming through, Facebook user.
Yes, sir. Let's see here. Rusty Moore says poor Kyle. No, I gotta say it in my middle Georgia accent. Poor Kyle.
Okay.
Poor Kyle. Gets minimum targets, and then when the ball does go to him, it's 7 feet over his head. As far as the grade goes, I don't know. That's fair. Po Kyle. Po Kyle. DJ said, let's think about this, guys. Jonah had the same stats as Kyle Pitts last week and looked way better. That's valid. That's valid. Nando B says Pitts F body language is telling his story. Hell of a statement, sir. Mr. CDX for life, number 8, first deep ball he pulled up to me. Larry, I think you just spoke on that. Like, hey, man, you didn't get the same effort. Millie Mills says either way, Pitt's going to get the same treatment anywhere else. Do a damn mismatch regardless. And that's why it's such a shame that we can't get him in the offense, man. We cannot get him in the offense. Mr. CDX for life says Detroit was loud. Auto workers was on strike. Nothing to do but go to the game and be loud. Oh, man. Rusty also echoes the sentiment. Unicorn is actually a perfect nickname because he is rarely seen.
No.
Yep, I can agree. Let's see if we got any more grades for Kyle here that I might have missed. Armani says Kyle Pitts getting aggravated because he isn't getting the ball, and if he does, it goes over. It is overthrown, or the ball is behind him. He probably was shocked he got a chance to get the ball. I think you're absolutely correct.
I agree.
You're absolutely correct.
I agree.
Winston says, to be honest, it looked like he pulled the hammy. That's
he
what
was
it
right back out there, Winston.
Yeah.
You can't give him that excuse, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He ran about the route he thought it was gonna be, and he slowed up because there ain't no way they're gonna keep throwing this.
I ain't gonna get the ball.
Exactly. And when you do that, you put that on the film, guys know. It's just like my pet peeve with Trae Young about just standing there and not moving without the ball. We know you're not getting the ball because you're standing there right 30 feet away from the basket doing this. So hopefully he can learn how to move out the ball more. You know what I'm saying? To help the offense thrive even more. Well, yeah, that's my Hawks coming up soon. But anyway,
on the way.
You can't show laziness on plays like that, especially in football.
Right. Let's see. And Facebook user says, man, we can't let any of our receivers go until we get a quarterback that can throw to them. Paul A. Bridges on Facebook says a D plus. Let's see, we got it in more grade. Let's see. Kelly says, damn, that unicorn name came back to bite him. It has thus far, that's without a doubt. Let's see. Rusty says 2-1 is cute, but players, Kyle Pitts, and the fans are not happy, and for good reason. Same issues we have now are the same ones we were itching about last year. Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. I'm gonna go ahead and give my grade for Kyle Pitts. I mean, I agree with pretty much everything everybody has touched on. And y'all know what my narrative has been. I've been saying it. I'm standing on it. I'm a triple down, quadruple down on it today. Like, look, if the production is limited at the end of the season, hey, we probably need to consider putting him on the trade block and see what we can get in return. While he still has one more year left on the rookie contract and still will have a 5th-year option, the value will still be relatively high as opposed to running the risk of signing him to a big, large contract. And then he tells us he's not happy in Atlanta, similar to a guy last name Jones who pulled that stunt on us already before. So, right, if the production is limited, man, hey, consider putting the guy on the trading block and see what you can get for him. You know, I think Kyle Pitts will bring a nice compensation package in, and at that point, Arthur, if you're still here, and Terry Fontenot, if you're still here, make sure to go out and get some guys who fit your scheme, and don't come at me with this best player available crap, you know, because I get it, I understand it, but it's all a matrix. Don't be hiding behind a best player available just so you could take a risk on something that the media told you was going to be the best thing since collard greens and hog maws. You know what I'm saying? So that's my spiel on Kyle Pitts. My grade for him is going to be a C-. lack of effort, body
You
language, and
better than me, bro.
storytelling. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a C minus. I'm gonna give him a C minus.
Yeah, I
Lack of
can't deal with
effort,
that.
body
Yeah.
language was telling a lot, and he won't say it at this point, but I'm starting to think like he's not very keen on playing with the Falcons in this system based on the offense that we run. But we shall see.
Is it Ritter or is it Arthur Smith or is it a combination of both?
Well,
Because remember he was arguing with Arthur Smith on the sidelines openly last year before he got hurt. And I came to you guys and I told you about it in the streaming. And I was like, I told you and Steve, I went on both of y'all show. I was like, he was sitting there openly arguing, dog arguing Arthur Smith in the ground.
I think
That's the reason why Ridley. That's the reason why Jet Jones didn't want to be here. Ridley didn't want to be here. There's a reason, bro.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
All right.
Calvin, there's some stuff that went off the field for Calvin, and he needed a fresh start. He needed and now that everything in the air, I totally understand. I get it. I'd probably been the same way if that situation happened to me. Like, okay, time to leave. So I get Calvin. The reason I think Julio wanted to leave, I really don't think it was directly attributed to Arthur Smith, but more or less that Julio just saw the writing was on the wall. Okay, we're not good. They're about to rebuild. Look, I'm trying to get a ring, Atlanta. I gave y'all 10 years of heart, soul, sweat, tears, and I've never been a problem, never got in trouble, never got arrested, never hit nobody, no bar fights. Look, man, hey, man, I love this city. I love the fans. I'm from Bama, so I'm kind of an Atlanta guy anyway. I'm just trying to go somewhere I can get me a ring, bro. You know, so I done got all my money. And I just saw, I think Julio just seen the writing on the wall, and he just didn't want to be part of a rebuild. And, you know, I don't necessarily blame him if I'm being objective about it. But to answer your point about Kyle, I think it's a combination of both, man. As I said before, you got when you look at this from Kyle's perspective and not so much as from just a diehard Falcons fan, put yourself in Kyle's shoes. Okay, he got drafted here and he had Matt Ryan. That's probably ideal for him. Oh, shoot. Matt Ryan, MVP, quarterback, them into a Super Bowl. He always throwing for 4,400 yards.
He always throws to the tight end, too.
Right. He loved the tight end. This is a perfect spot for me. So Matt leaves. Then the team brings in Mariota. And if you call Pitts, she's looking like, Mariota? What? What? Yeah. Oh, you probably thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to see how this. I'm going to try to ride out, be positive about this. Only my second year. I got faith in my team will get it right. Yeah. Then Mariota's gone, and you bring in a rookie quarterback, a third-round quarterback at that.
Yes.
Desmond Ritter. So now Kyle Pitts has three different quarterbacks in his first 3 years, he has three consecutive quarterbacks. Now, if Ritter doesn't work out, that's going to be his fourth quarterback in 4 years. And at that point, I think at that time, I think that'll be the breaking point for Kyle Pitts and his agent, where they say, all right, guys,
get us up out of here, man.
Yeah, we got to go.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair.
We got to go. That's fair. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. You know, we'll be watching that story.
Now, if that happens, Terry up out of here, right?
If Kyle leaves,
yes.
I won't say that. No, I won't say that. I won't say that. I think a lot is going to have to do with how the Falcons finish this year as far as win-loss, and also what he gets in return. Now, if he can, because I think Terry won the Matt Ryan trade. And I think he won a Julio trade because both of those guys were washed when they left Atlanta. Their value when they left was like 6th and 7th round picks. So if Terry somehow can keep finessing and pull a first rounder with some late round picks along with it, I think he'll be fine. As long as the compensation is good, I think he'll be okay.
If I still have a feeling that Terry's going to get blamed for this season if it doesn't go right. I still think we're going to win 10 games. I was counting on us either losing either that game where we lost or the Jaguars game. So we lost the Lions game. Let's go beat the Jaguars. Jaguars lost to the Texans. If they ain't beatable, let's Stroud is just turning around like super quick. The kid looked good, but I mean, I don't know. Defensively, they was getting stopped too. So if we're gonna win a game on the road that some say we might not should, that's gonna be the game. Basically, a road game for both of us. So
Yeah,
get it done. All right. Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead into our next player. We're gonna do two more, and then we'll be through with the player grades. I know Koo was requested by somebody in the chat, so we'll do Koo. Koo was what 2 for 3 in field goals yesterday, Larry, and missed
He
a
missed a kick every
47.
game.
Yeah,
Extra point, a field goal, and a field goal.
right.
So just grading them on this game, I mean, did it really matter in the grand scheme of things? No, because we still didn't score a touchdown. But it was momentum back breaking, bro. So yeah, who got to get? I mean, see, this is why I kind of get like I get conflicted because yeah, he missed that kick that was momentum breaking. Okay, he missed a kick, then they go down and score. But he's the only one that scored. So B minus. He's the only
B
one that scored.
minus. Okay.
B minus. He's the only one that scored.
All right, so you give
I hate
him
that he missed that easy one, and it did kill momentum. But he's the only one that scored. We got to keep it in perspective.
So you're giving him extra credit for being the only person that scored.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see what the chat say real quick. Chat, go ahead and drop y'all grades for Koo. Let's see what we got here. David Star says F. You had one job. Shouty Red on the chat. What's up, Red? Anybody else in the chat want to give us their grade for Koo? DJ Game says Koo is like Shaq with free throws. He only makes it when it counts. Okay. Koo only makes it when it's game winning 3 seconds left on the clock. I still trust Koo, but I would be lying if I wasn't worried. That's fair. That's very fair. Very fair. Eric Parker drops a C for Young Wei Koo. I guess that's what he goes by now.
You said B minus. Yeah,
you said B minus.
Yeah, I see B minus. Okay.
Paul Bridges has told y'all about Koo in the preseason, but it started down the stretch after leg injury last year. So a D. Okay. Archangel says D. Damn, not again. D for damn. Facebook user says too many miss. To miss the easy field goals that he should not have missed. I'll give him a C. Okay, that's a fair C.
That's fair.
C. All right.
Red, what up, Red?
C plus. Let's see. Kelly says Koo F. His only job is to kick, and he got a reputation for him. Facebook user says Koo is solid. He has a bad game in a hostile environment when our momentum was gone. C. Okay.
Yes.
I could deal with that. Coach Davis says a F. As a kicker, you have one job. And this is from a coach. And outside a block, you should never miss because you do nothing else. Ooh, I love that one. I love that comment there. Travis says, like Larry said, he's the only MF for that score. C plus, excuse me.
Oh, I
see. And I think Billy Ray was the one that requested Koo. So let's see what he says. Billy Ray says Koo been missing field goals since last season and brought the same energy into preseason. Now the ish is bleeding into the season. You have one job. One job is to kick the field goal, not block, not run, but kick. Come on, man. The Falcons have brought somebody else in to look at. You forgot to give us your grade, though, Coach. I mean,
he went in on Koo, but he didn't give a grade.
You banged on
him. Banged on him. Straight banged on him.
Banged on him, but we didn't get a grade.
No grade.
Drop your grade, Billy Ray.
So your banging is incomplete, bro.
Yeah. We need a grade to finish it off. Let's see. Winston says C minus. That missed second field goal could have changed the momentum of the game.
Yes, I agree, Winston.
John Harris says cool C. He wasn't the reason for the loss, and he was the only one that scored. If we're relying on the kicker, we don't. Yeah.
Bingo.
That's like a 4 or 5 win season if you're relying on your kicker.
Yeah, for real.
Facebook user says C for cringing my nerves. Anthony Moss saying, "What's up, Anthony? Says D. I think Koo is in a slump. Hopefully the kicker Terry is bringing in will light a fire on him and he will tighten up. Billy Ray say F since y'all need a grade so bad. Billy Ray said y'all can figure out he got an F based on what I said, but I'm gonna write it since y'all act like y'all can't comprehend easy English. F, idiots. Shout out to my dog Billy Ray. Let's see here. Let me drop my grade, man. I'm like what a lot of people just said. Like, look, dog, you got one job, bro. You got one job on this team. Your job ain't to block. It ain't to be Desmond Ridder and throw the ball and read no defenses. You know what I'm saying? We ain't asked you to be no pulling guard. We ain't asked you to run the ball. We ain't asked you to tackle nobody. You ain't got to do none of coverage. You got one job. In fact, when you go to practice, you don't even hang out with the rest of the team. You're isolated on the island by yourself. You and that field goal and that ball. You know what I'm saying? And that I forget the kicking team. And yeah, that's it.
That's it.
You got one job, bro. That's all you got to do is kick. The fact that we are talking about you and we ain't never did no grade on the kicker ever in this show's history. Have we graded the kicker actually says something to me? You got one job, and I'm gonna take it a step further. This joker is one of the highest paid kickers in the league. Koo is making like $5 million a year. Koo makes more money than most people on this team whose jerseys we done bought. Koo is making $5 million per year. So somebody else said he's forming a reputation, which I agree with. Yeah. The reputation is you're now becoming undependable.
Unclutch, yeah.
Unclutch. Yeah. And this started last season. And like somebody else said, it came to preseason. And now the first 2 games, you done missed kicks. You know, and I get it. You know, he did put some points on the board that kept us from having the donuts. But look, man, you got one job. You're making $5 million a year. You ain't supposed to be missing that inside of 50 yards, bro. I'm sorry. This ain't January when it's snowing outside and a bunch of wind going. It's still relatively hot across all America.
Bro, that was inside a dome.
Inside a dome. And then you miss miss the extra point inside the dome the week prior. So let me get off my soapbox. I'm giving this joke an F, bro. F. He gets an F for me. A straight up F for the kicker, Larry. I'm giving him an F, and I'm banging on Q. I'm banging on Q for missing these kicks, Larry. That's what it is. So let's now go to who we said we're gonna do last, Larry. The Ridder, right? All right, so let's do Ridder. Give me just a moment here. Hold on, we got some more grades coming in. Russell says D offense. So sorry we have to grade a kicker thing. Oh boy, that's funny, man. That made me laugh.
For real, man. That's how bad it was, bro. So we might want to like give everybody one less grade, like drop them down.
Yeah.
Because Koo had to be the main scorer of the game. We got to drop him down, like drop everybody else down.
Yep.
God, that's messed up, man. That's that bell curve right there, grade. Oh no.
And Winston says, "Hey, Koo doesn't even kicking it." You're right. Doesn't even kick in the kickoff. He literally has one job.
Yeah.
You make a good point.
All
right, so let's finish this up, Larry. Let's go to what everybody is waiting on.
Woo-hoo.
Let's go with Desmond Ridder, our second-year starter at quarterback. I'm just gonna give y'all his stats, and then y'all can drop your grades, and I'm gonna let Larry kick it off. Ridder yesterday was 21 for 38. He had 201 passing yards. Now, that is a completion percentage of right at 55% in regards to his completion percentage. And his quarterback rating yesterday was 70.2. And he averaged only 5.3 yards per attempt. So I'm going to give you all those real quick. Make sure to drop your grade in the comment. He was 21 for 38, 201 yards. 5.3 yards per attempt, 55% on the completion percentage, and his quarterback rating was a 70.2.
Oh, hold on. On ESPN is saying it's 11.2. A quarterback rating, QBR.
Yeah, ESPN. you probably looking like at the true formula. I'm looking at the quarterback rating.
I got you. Say good night, Buzz the mosquitoes. There you go, son. Yeah, he dancing around in the stars. The little cricket wanted the answer. He rubbed his wings, but no answer, son. Not even a sound. There you go. All right. Son,
Yes,
love
sir.
the nursery rhymes. All right, so Ritter, Desmond, Ritter. This. This is the elephant in the room, man. Desmond gets, I don't know how many passes he overthrew and underthrew, or I don't know. I want to give props to the Detroit secondary. They were blanketing guys. There was not much separation between the wide receivers. It was press coverage, a lot of single high safety, Darren Dez, and Arthur Smith to beat them with play design and throws through tight windows. Desmond Ritter could not hit those tight windows, partially because he was getting blitz, but they were getting pressure with 4, so I won't say blitz. I said pressure. Caleb McGarry was a turnstile today. Thus, he didn't have any time, and when he did have a perfectly formed pocket, he was hearing footsteps and he was sailing balls. So I can't give them. I can't give Desmond. I mean, if you throw 38 times, you only can get 201 yards. That's like you was running the ball, not passing the ball, bro. So yeah, that's a D plus. That's
D
being
plus.
generous because I feel like we didn't even attempt to go down the field. We literally played into Detroit hands. Instead of running the ball, we dinked and dunked, and that's what Detroit wanted us to do. We gave him, hold on, son. We gave him opportunity to throw the ball a lot, but it wasn't downfield. So they weren't threatened. If you have a single high safety with somebody like Kyle Pitts and Drake London on the outside, and that guy got to choose which way he's going to go. And with Bijan coming out in the slot, because I did see some Bijan and Algiers in there where Bijan was split out, and it wasn't working because you don't have to respect the play action of Algiers when you can't run. So the whole thing about you do play action, and as soon as he turns around to look at the defense, there's a man chasing him down. So I mean, if it was other circumstances, maybe F, but I might say D plus, maybe a C. No, I'll say D plus. He missed a lot of stuff. It's hard, man. It's a lot of variables with Ritter. He did miss some open players, but he didn't have no help by his offensive line or his play calling. They didn't establish a run. Last game was a perfect game for him because, Bichon got the rock like it was supposed to, thus loosening up the defense. Thus, he can make the easier passes and extend plays. So that's all we want him to do. Throw 1 or 2 deep passes, but really we want you to extend the chains when needed. Give me that 10-yard pass, curl, and let it be on time and not late. He shouldn't be sitting there. Hey, son. He shouldn't be sitting there waiting for the ball. As soon as he come around, that ball need to be hitting him. You know what I'm saying? So, C minus, man. I'll be fair this time. I'll be generous this time. C minus.
C minus. Okay, let's see what the chat got to say real quick. Kelly, I'll get rid of plus. He's doing as he can as fall. Arthur Smith chose to go into the season with an unprepared, unproven third-round talent as a starter. Ritter's doing the best his talent would allow him to do. That's an excellent comment, Kelly. Our Angel says D for don't know what to think quite yet. I still need to see more. It's a long season. I like that. Paul Bridges says Ritter a C minus only because the line sucks right now, but he's holding the ball too long at times.
That's yes, Paul. He does hold the ball when they did form it.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see, Facebook user says Ritter is an F, showed no field awareness. Even with the bad offensive line, he was just another negative multiplier. Ooh, okay. I can dig that.
I agree with that, but I also think sometimes when he was holding the ball, we had design runs that was going like 15, 20 yards down the field, waiting to develop. So I I did notice that because I was like, why do you hold on to the ball? Then it showed it, and they showed from the back view it was nobody open. That's why I said with Detroit secondary, man, they were playing good. I know they safety was gone, but man, I couldn't tell it. Their corners was blanking in our dudes and talking trash.
Yeah, they will talk trash out there. David says F minus. 3 of those sacks were not the line's fault. Stare down receivers and still not reading the field. See the 2 drop picks where he didn't see the underneath defender. Great point.
Great point, David. That's actually a great point. And that's when I was talking about, like, the pocket was for him. He had time to get there, but he just wasn't reading it right.
Yep. Let's see. Edward Jackson from Facebook says Desmond Ritter gets a D minus. Let's see. Red says Larry Father moments are so cool. So shout out to Lil Larry and also Big Larry. And let's see. Nando says Ritter F minus 3 times. Is it bad enough he has 3 turnstiles on 3 turnstiles on offensive line, but he can't throw 20 yards unless the opposite team's defense is in prevent defense. How many people are hurting for those passes yesterday? DJ Gamer says Ritter gets a C minus. Ritter is too safe and scared. Like, it does not look scared. Like, doesn't he look scared at y'all? He doesn't even run. Mariota was trash, but he took off. Hey, you right now. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna finish reading your statement, but I really think Mariota ain't now that he gone. I think we should give Mariota a little bit more credit for making this offensive line better than they may have actually been. But I'm gonna talk about that probably later.
Okay, no, that's fair. Him being able to run out of there and saying, I don't want to get killed back here. Yes, that made the offensive line look a little bit better than what it was.
Yeah.
Thus, helping McGarry get paid because he wasn't giving up sack after sack because the quarterback wasn't as mobile or looking down the field trying to do what the player designed, but we can't block it up front.
Right, and not only that, that RPO ability, but that's a deal.
I feel you. Okay.
We'll talk about that later time.
Okay.
Ritter's throwing check downs on 3rd and longs with 10 minutes left. Coach Davis says there is no grade. Expect him because he cheated the draft by posting as a quarterback and strike the record that he was even there. Coach banging on Ritter, boy. Facebook user says Branch was a monster out there. Yeah, he really was. Really was. Red says Ritter gets a D minus. Period. Dude was awful. So Red just straight to the point. Hey man, he was awful. Clayton Murray says Ritter D solo many reasons. Main one, he's scared. Main one, scared down like Matt Ryan. I think stare down like Matt Ryan. Yeah, we are saying that a lot. Rusty Moore says give him a D. Only reason it's not an F is because of the offensive line sold him out. That's fair. Definitely fair. Eric says D minus for Ritter. Red says D for dog doo-doo. Ritter suck. Let's see. Billy Ray says Ritter don't get no slack. Okay, it's 2023. Ain't no more sitting the quarterback down and let him learn. You got to produce. I see happy feet. I see being uncomfortable. I see inaccurate throws. Lucky the defense can't catch. Otherwise, he would lead the league in interceptions. That's true. He gets a C minus. Not going to give up on him yet, but he has 4 more games before I come to bang on him. So he ain't banging on him yet, but hey, it's coming. It is coming. Let's see. Got my boy Wolf solidified in the building. My dog Wolf in the building. Y'all make sure to check out Wolf also on YouTube, man. Run up the likes, run up the comments. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Wolf does some great Falcons content, man, and his lives are always an event. Make sure you check out a Wolf Solidified live stream. Always an event, man, and he's one of the most unique Falcons content creators out there based on how he does his programs. Shout out to my dog, Wolf. Shout out, bro. 3 Dirty in the building says Big Low said McGarry didn't block no calls, let alone block any play. Yeah, spam. The spam. Big Low tripped me out when he said that the other day. Oh, that shit was fun. DJ Gamer says, and I'm not saying Ritter's garbage. The O-line and play calling was garbage, but he needs to get that stick out of his ass. But what I've noticed is when Ritter plays away games, he's just not there, man. Yeah, that's one of the things about quarterbacks, man. You got to be able to play at home and also away as well. Our Angel says, damn, Red, be easy on the kid. Don't bang on it like that. I say Facebook user says Ritter gets a D minus. He reminds me of Matty Ice scrambling, getting sacked all the dang time. Why can't we throw the ball downfield? Do they even throw the ball in practice? I don't get it. It's a time to test. Is it time to test the second string? Taylor Heineke. It might be, man, if he don't get right. Might be. Anthony Moss says D. The line was bad, but he was also staring down receivers and patting the ball too much. You're not gonna last long doing that. Just get rid of it. Yeah, man, get rid of the ball. Just go ahead and throw it. Get rid of it. Throw it. John Brooks in the building. Y'all also make sure to check out John on YouTube. Also, a great Georgia sports content creator. So y'all show him some love. Run up the comments, run up the likes, and subscribe to my dog channel. John Brooks is tired of the game. He's catching up with Ritter. He's not ready for the NFL at this speed. He's gonna get himself hurt. David starts his great show, fellas. Needed the last chat provided after the atrocity on the field yesterday. Appreciate you, David. Thank you very much, man. Winston says Triple H for real.
Oh my goodness, not Triple H.
For real. Horrible, horrendous, and helpless. Get him gone. I know, refs.
Oh my goodness, he banged
someone give McGarry a C minus. I'm gonna give my grade for Ritter, man. Let me start off and say the line didn't do the young quarterback no favors, man. They had another terrible line. I mean, terrible game on the offensive line, which probably helped Ritter lose a lot of confidence in what he could do on the field. Probably start to speed up his mental clock. The line got to get better, man. Offensive line got to get better. You got to help your young quarterback out, son. McGarry, Lindstrom, I guess y'all went and got that money. Y'all went and partied in Vegas and stuff. I don't know what y'all did in the offseason. Y'all know y'all best boys. Both of y'all got paid, and y'all ain't playing like it, man. Like, come on, get right. Especially you, Lindstrom. I'm so disappointed in you these first 3 games. I ain't banging on you yet because you're one of my favorite players on the team. But if you don't improve, I'm going to have a solo bang session dedicated to Chris Lindstrom. It will hurt my heart to do it, but I will bang on you, Lindstrom.
Well,
nobody is exempt from getting banged. No, you better get right, man.
Your Honor,
you better get right.
May I approach the bench, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
In Chris Lindstrom's defense, he got to protect and try to help his homie. I mean, he literally got to sit there and try to hold his hand. Teams is understanding, man. He always had. Watch him play, man. First thing he do is try to chip McGarry's man. Even just put one hand on him and engage him with the other guy. The center was getting dogged. Literally, like when they come in.
I do agree, and I understand what you're saying, but when I'm watching Lindstrom, this is not the same Lindstrom from the past, bro. Like, even sometimes when he's not helping out McGarry, he is getting bent. I ain't never seen Lindstrom get bent back. I've seen that twice already this year, bro. He is not the same Lindstrom that we've seen in the past, man.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. He gotta get right. Gotta get right. But going back to Ritter, man, like a lot of indecisiveness from him, and like just his penchant for throwing interceptions that they can't catch. That's a talent that I've never seen from a quarterback yet, man. That you can actually throw the ball to the defender, the easiest catch for a professional player, and they can't catch it. So I might have to start giving Ritter some props for that, because I had never seen that before. But with that said, offensive line was bad. Ritter was bad too. So I'm gonna give Ritter a D plus, bro. I'm gonna give him a D plus. I'm gonna give him a D plus. Let me see what Steven says. Steven says, I'm disappointed in Matthews. Ridiculous for this guy to have so many years experience and still make bad plays.
Matthews on his last leg, guys. It's just like Matt. Matthews is literally on his last leg. That's kind of why I wanted us to draft an offensive lineman. Well, it was like either Peony. I had like 3 or 4 picks that I really wanted. We drafted picks. I really wanted Parsons, Fields, or Peony, offensive lineman out of Oregon. He got 2 holes that game too, the last game. But again, the Detroit Lions, they're promoting their offensive line. Like, on billboards and stuff like that. They even had a little special about it. Like the face of that franchise is the offensive line, not Goff, not Gibbs. It's them. So eventually, we got to get to a point that we love all the pretty toys and stuff like that. We love Bijan, Algiers, the unicorn. You know what I'm saying? But Drake, Drizzy Drake. But eventually, man, we got to address the line. And it's about time for us to draft a left tackle and ease. I mean, we should have did that. I mean, for building the team. It's not sexy. Nobody's going to like it when it happened, but when your quarterback clean, you're getting good push, then you'll like it.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree. I agree with you on that. And I think I'll just say this as far as the left tackle, based on how important that position is right now, today's NFL. I know a lot of teams, they don't necessarily like to quote unquote groom a left tackle. Because a lot of times you're going to take a left tackle in the top 10 if that's really your guy, you really want to go get him.
Yeah.
So if you take one that high, you want him to start day one.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little bit of their hesitation because they, Matthews is here and they redid his contract, restructured his contract.
Yes.
So I think that's a little bit of their hesitation. And they're probably looking at it too, like, well, we don't want to get one in the third and fourth round. Then he's just a depth guy. So
yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit got something to do with it. But
but it needs to be done though.
Yeah.
And I understand Bijan was, I mean, not because he was just a generational talent, but he also the most marketable person on this team. So financially and marketing wise, Bijan was the only choice, when you really look at it.
Yeah.
I wanted Jalen Carter, but if you're talking about marketability and just pure talent, you're not going to pick an offensive line over him. You're going to figure out, I'm going to get this guy, and then I'm going to figure out who I can get for an offensive line, or maybe in free agency.
Yeah. And let's see. Weston says Lindstrom is the most disappointing player so far this season, but he got to step it up unless he's injured. They're not disclosing it. I hope not. Rustin says, keep it real. I'm glad the fan base is aggravated today. That shows we at least have expectation. That's very true. Lando says, Riddick is to see for me this game. For me, laughing this game, but due to growing pains that all quarterbacks must go through. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, he gonna go through the growing pains, Lando, and that's why I said, look, I'm gonna give him to like week 10, because around week 10, at that point, you pretty much play the full NFL season, and around week 10, week 11, like I can really firmly say to myself, okay, I'm convinced he just ain't gonna be it, Tyler. Or I'm gonna come and say, you know what, I think he can blossom into be our Russell Wilson, be that third that rose that grew from concrete as a third round pick. So I'm gonna give him to like week 10, unless he just totally flatlines and falls off a cliff. And I'll come back and I'll tell you, I was like, yeah, bro, he got to go now. He got to go to the bench.
Well, I don't. Now. All right, we disagree on that, Tidy.
Go ahead.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I want rid of the whole season, sink or swim. We need to know. And if you think that maybe 6 more games or the game 10 will be enough, I don't know, bro. I mean, if it goes, hopefully it doesn't go left. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go left at all. I think with better game planning and better line play, that Ridder could be sufficient. But again, are we going to be chasing a winning division? Or are we going to be doing like last year with the Bucks, with barely making 500, wins the division, and then getting spanked in the first round? Is that better for the team? I guess for the coaching staff and for the GM, it'll be better if they make the playoffs and stuff like that. But again, what are we playing for? I said 10-7. That's not barely making the playoffs. That's winning the division, in my opinion. Yeah. So if you're bad and it takes you to game 10 to say, I may go to Tyler Haneke, that's kind of doing the same thing you did to Ridder last year. You should have started Ridder from the jump. instead of promising something Mariota because he felt sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it feels. Even more glaring now, how the whole situation went through. You know? So, no, I say ride it out, bro. We need to find out one way or another. And more reason why he should have played more in the preseason because, again, only 4 starts last year. That was his 3rd start, so 7 games under his belt, and he needed all the reps he could get. Plain and simple, in my opinion. So I don't know if this is going to be the same Ritter right now in week 3 and week 10, but we're gonna see. We're gonna find out.
Yeah,
And if it's real bad, then keep him in there because Caleb Williams or Shador Sanders would look nice in this uniform. So I mean, it is what it is, bro. We need to find out either way.
All right, Mr. Pritchard, 20 says Ritter ain't it, but you got to give him the whole season, so there's no doubt heading into the offseason, especially with one of the best QB classes coming up. The only rebuttal I'm gonna have on both of y'all's points there is I don't think Arthur Smith has that luxury to ride it out with Ritter if he just starts stinking it up. I don't think Arthur Smith has the luxury to be patient and say, you know, if he's bad, I'm just gonna let him be bad, and then I know, excuse me, then I know he's bad, and we'll just go draft the quarterback. Because I firmly believe if this team does not perform this year, he will be fired. And I get the impression that he probably knows that too. Arthur Blank, and I quote, this is year 3 of a 3-year plan.
True.
Arthur Blank, I requote, this is year 3 of a 3-year plan. So if he's bad, pretty much what I'm trying to say is because of that, if he starts to be just very bad to the point where we cannot deal with it anymore, they are going to bring Taylor Heineke in. He's not making the kind of money he's making as a backup just to ride the pine the whole season. And while you look at a bad 3rd-round quarterback play, if he's that bad, he's going to bring Taylor in and he's going to start going back to his RPO plays and still try to win some games because he know that his job is on the line. Arthur Smith is not going to survive another 7-10 season.
No, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, I don't think he'll survive another 8 or 9 seasons. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. For the sake of our team and us fans, let's just hope Ritter does work out for us, and then we end up winning and go to the playoffs. Hopefully, that's how it plays out for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it, man. As far as the grades go, Larry, you got anything you want to touch on before we finish up?
Well, right now, it's his 3rd game. No panic. I want Falcon fans not to panic out there. It's still a lot of games to be played. Yeah. Let's get at least a half before we start having absolutes about this guy's trash. Even McGarry can get better. You know what I'm saying? But again, it still feels like preseason. I just want to give Detroit game plan a salute because it worked. And we banging on our team, but I mean the other team is paid to play too. So
that's true.
Dan Campbell is a former defensive coordinator. That's his job. And they had the game plan to stop us. Now, that is definitely the blueprint now. How does Arthur Smith adjust? Because we didn't see an adjustment during the game. That's going to be the blueprint for every team in the National Football League. Stack the box every time you see Bijan in there. Spy him, because that's what they did. And mush rush. And play close man-to-man defense. Boom.
Let's before we're done, Larry, let's talk about Steven's comment here. Shout out to Steven also, bro. What's up? All right, Steven, I gotta disagree with you on this one. Steven says this team just needs to slow down. I understand the 3 to 4 year theory, but that's just not enough time. You need 5 to build your team. For me, this is why I disagree. I think if you really if you have the expectation of I'm going to give you 5 years to build a team, man, I just think that's far too long. That's more time than a coach or an NFL player's contract is. If you're rebuilding it, I think by year 3, you need to be you need to be back winning games again. You know, year 4 and year 5, you need to be somewhat of a contender. I just don't know if I agree with like a 5-year plan. I think that's far too long, man. I just feel like you need to go ahead and be able to turn that thing around. And there's a reason that you have some NFL franchises that never go into these 3 or 4 or 5-year lulls like the Falcons tend to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really believe in that. Well, you know, we'll give it 5 years and you know we'll turn it around then. Like, what do you think about that, Larry?
Well, the better teams establish a playing personality, either offensive or defensive. They create a culture. We can look right up the road on 285 in Cobb County for the Braves. They create a culture and a standard of how they play ball. And that permeates through the GM, the type of player they get, the type of coach they get, and the type of standard that they want to uphold as an organization. Braves have been great for 30 years. Had some lows here and there, but overall, it's been a 30-year run. You know, at least 20 of those 30 years, they've been excellent. 2 championships. Yes, we wanted more.
Yeah, should have won more.
Yeah, of course we wanted more. But the standard of being there all the time, just like Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin never having a losing season in his career. That man gonna walk into the his jacket already tailored as soon as he, ends his career. Already got a Super Bowl, never lost it, had a losing season. Now they might not made the playoffs every year, but never had a losing season in his career. Just had a big win this Sunday. Like, until we establish that culture of winning and what we do, we're gonna keep having these discussions, as her fan base and stuff like that. Hopefully Terry can build this up, right? Hopefully Arthur Smith assembles the coaching staff to get it done on offense. And to those that say Arthur Smith need to go and hire a real offense coordinator, no, fire him right there. We're not gonna do the same thing we did with Dan Quinn. We hired him to be that guy on that side of the ball. If you fire him for doing that part, then what use is it? He's not, what use is it? Like, real talk. So I'm not a proponent of telling him to take the duties out of his hands. Just like I don't want Ritter to get the ball out of his hands. Ride or die, bro. You got the groceries. You the cook. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?
Yep. And I'm gonna read one more comment here from Steven because this is a continuation. He says, I understand you, but players like Bijan and Pitts won't be back, which is probably correct. So it doesn't matter. Look at Philly. It took them years to build that offensive defensive line. That's the base of their team. Yeah, you make some very valid points. And Steven, that's why a lot of us was complaining about drafting 3 skill position offensive guys in the midst of the rebuild, back to back. That's what our complaints were. We love Bijan now he here, you know what I'm saying? We love to watch him, but that's why a lot of people there want to run it back, because they shelf life be so short, as you indicated here. But let's go ahead and get out here, Larry. Like, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at on YouTube, please.
Well, thank you for having me on the platform again, as always, brother.
Welcome, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Yep. And guys, before I even say my spiel, man, make sure you hit that like button before we get up out of here, man. It's like tipping your waiter. You feel me? Just go on and run it up. Also, if you're on your mobile, hit them hearts. Just rapidly go. Hit them hearts, man. Please. That's also an indication of us having interaction with you guys. We appreciate all you guys from watching us, talking our talk. All right. So with that, that's little Larry. I'm Larry. I'm one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife, Shawn, is the other half. And we provide you guys that fire commentary, all our favorite sports teams. Right? The Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, Little Dream, Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? We try to do it all. I don't know enough about the United in soccer, so I don't do that. But other than that, man, that's what we do all day, every day, man. If you guys are watching the game, hey, son. And Little Larry is a star of the show always. And if you guys want some entertainment, or watching the game and just don't want to look at it by yourself, then join us, man. And it's on my tag, the tag in the name at @the_Dixon_Wade, man. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Rumble, and on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify for your podcast. So yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
You're welcome, bro. And always, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it, man. And on behalf of myself, Toddy at Atlanta Bird Gang, on behalf of Larry at the Dixon Way, we're officially out of here. We'll be back before y'all can miss us. Go Falcons. Next game in London. Peace, y'all.
Let's go.